Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Hare 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 Ram
थोड़ा विचार करेंगे फिर जाएंगे
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sri Gaura Bhakti. It's on?
Yes.
Gurave Gaura Chandraya Radhikaya Tadalaya Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadabhaktaya Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yutabada Kamalam Sri Guru Vaishnavamscha Sirupam sagrajatam sahagana raganatanvitam tam sajivam Sadvaitam savadutam parijana setam Krishna chaitanya devam Sri Radha Krishna padam sahagana lalita Sri Vishakanvidamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Govika Radha Kanta Namastude Tatta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavane Prisabhano Sade Devi Pranamami Hari Priya Panchakalpatrubhyascha Kripa Sindhurya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Nama Hare Nama Eva Kevalam Kolam Nasteva Katiranyata. A reading from Jaiva Dharma, 7th chapter. Nitya Dharma, material existence. So this chapter beginning, so Lakshmi Thakur is explaining about some devotees in Saptagram. Actually, Uddharandat Thakur, great devotee of Nityananda Prabhu, was staying there and he introduced Harinam Sankirtan, and many actually took up the chanting of the holy names. But one miserly person was there, Chandidas, who was not inviting the Vaishnavas, who was not giving any donations. So his wife also, Damayanti, was miserly, and therefore the children were also miserly. And as they grew up, so the daughters were married, but then 3 sons were there, and they were simply wanting to take the money of the parents. So eventually then they made a plan also to send their parents to Navadvip and then just plunder all the money. So which happened also. And of course, Chandidas and Damayanti, they were devastated, but by the influence of the holy Dham and the Vaishnavas, they realized their mistake and they started to hear Harikatha and they started to actually do some Vaishnav Seva. In this way, they became devotees of the Lord. So, in Navadvip they heard about Paramahamsa Babaji and the other Vaishnavas. So then Chandidas and Damayanti, they wanted to go there. But in Pradyumna Kunj, so these were all renunciants who were staying there. So ladies were not allowed to enter there and hear directly Harikatha. So by late afternoon, the three of them, that means Chandidas and his wife and this one householder, Yadav Das, who had guided Chandidas and Damayanti. So by late afternoon, the three of them crossed the Ganga and reached Padumna Kunj. Damayanti offered prostrated Dandavat Pranam at the door of the Kunj and sat nearby under an old banyan tree. So or here is meant that she offered Dandavat Pranam at the Kunj. But usually the ladies are not offering Dandavat Pranam. Except some Bengali ladies. Yeah. No. Some, but yeah, few only. Yeah, sometimes, yeah. But usually are not supposed to. Panchang Pranam and Ashtang Pranam the man. Anyhow, whatever, but she offered Pranam. And sat nearby under an old banyan tree. Yadav Das and Chandidas entered the Kunj and with great devotion offered Dandavat Pranam to the assembly of Vaishnavas who were seated in the Malati Madhavi bower. Paramahamsa Babaji was seated in the midst of the assembly surrounded by Sri Vaishnav Das, Lahiri Mahashai, Anantadas Babaji and many others. Chandidas sat close to Yadav Das. Anantadas Babaji looked at Yadav Das and asked, "Who is this new man?" Yadav Das narrated the whole story of Chandidas. Anantadas Babaji smiled and said, "Yes, this is what is known as material existence. One who knows material existence is actually wise, and those who fall into the cycle of material existence are pitiable." Chandidas' mind was gradually become purified, for when one performs Nitya Sukriti, such as hosting Vaishnavas and reading and hearing Vaishnav Shastras, he certainly attains auspiciousness and very easily develops Shraddha in Ananya Bhakti, exclusive devotion. So in the beginning, the fate of ordinary persons is known as Lokik Shraddha, ordinary fate, but then in good association, then one develops Paramarthik Shraddha, a transcendental fate, and then one becomes surrendered, or one is able to understand the necessity of fully dedicating oneself to the service of Hari Guru Vaishnav. When he heard Sri Anantadas Babaji's words, Chandidas said with a softened heart, "My humble prayer is that you will be merciful to me and clearly explain what is this material existence." Anantadas Babaji said, "Your question is very deep, and I desire that Sri Paramhamsa Babaji Mahashai or Sri Vaishnav Das Babaji Mahashai should answer it." Paramhamsa Babaji said, "Sri Anantadas Babaji Mahashai is suitably qualified to answer a question of such gravity. Today we will all listen to his instructions." Anantadas, "When I receive your order, I must certainly say whatever I know. I shall begin by remembering the lotus feet of my Gurudev, Sri Pradumna Brahmachari, a confidential associate of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu." So that is the custom. Whenever we perform some seva, or especially also before speaking, we remember the spiritual master. And usually then we remember Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and our Ishtadev, Sri Krishna or Radha Krishna. So Pradumna Brahmachari, he was the disciple of, or the associate of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, an intimate associate of Mahaprabhu. And he was the spiritual master of many devotees, such as Anantadas Babaji, and also Paramahamsa Babaji was also a disciple of Sri Pradumna Brahmachari. So he's further explaining. The jivas exist in two states. The liberated state, Mukta Dasha, and the state of material bondage, Samsar Baddha Dasha. It's also, they are called Nitya Mukta, eternally liberated, and Nitya Bhada, so eternally conditioned. Those jivas who are pure bhaktas of Sri Krishna and who have never been bound by Maya, or who were liberated from material existence by the mercy of Krishna, are known as Mukta Jivas. The liberated state of existence is known as Mukta Dasha. Iha yasya hare dasya karmana samana manasa gira nikirasya vyavavastu nitya yukta upasate. No. Iha yasya hare dasya. So those who are serving Hari, Karmana, Manasagira, with body, mind and words, so they are considered to be liberated. Nikila Savya Bhavastu, Jivan Mukta Sa Uchate, Jivan Mukta. So even if one is situated in this material world, if one is completely engaged in spiritual activities with body, mind and words, is to be considered Jivan Mukta, Mukta Jiv, liberated. So the Nitya Bhada, or those who are, as mentioned here, Samsara, Baddha Dasha, in this material bondage, so by engaging in a devotional service continuously, then in due course of time they become liberated. And then they are counted in the category of Nitya Mukta. So they will be eternally liberated, and then they will not fall down anymore. Because by nature anyhow everyone is an eternal servant of Krishna. But by the Lord's will, since time immemorial, there are some who are since time immemorial ever liberated, and some who are in conditioned state, spiritually conditioned state, but they are also eternal servants of Krishna, but they are not engaged in the service of Krishna. The Baddha Jivas, on the other hand, are those who are oblivious to see Krishna and have fallen into the clutches of Maya since time without beginning. So that is, when the material existence is there, then the Jivas who are Nitya Bhada since time immemorial are conditioned. They fall in this world and then they become conditioned. In this world, they fall in the clutches of Maya. So that we have to understand. The Nitya Siddha and Nitya Mukta, they can never fall in the clutches of Maya. But those who are conditioned, so that is a spiritual condition, because in the spiritual world there is no Maya. But there is a spiritual conditioning. So, and in that conditioning also the jivas, they do not understand. that they have to serve Krishna. Although they are servants of Krishna, but they do not understand. Because they are spiritually conditioned. And only when the material world becomes manifested, then they fall in this world, by the will of the world, and then they come under the clutches of Maya. And the Mayavadis who become free and they want to merge in the Brahma Jyoti, they can do so, but then they are Nityabada. They were before Nityabada, and then they came to this world, and they were not able to be so fortunate to come in the association of the Vaishnavas of the Lord. So they don't have the complete understanding, and they want to merge in the Brahma Jyoti, which they may do, but it is very rare also that somebody can merge again in the Brahma Jyoti. But some are there. But then he will have to come back to this material world. He will fall down again to this material world sooner or later. And when the material universe is destroyed, or is entering the body of Mahavishnu and then into Mahashankarshan, then the living entities are there also, merging in Mahavishnu with the universes, and in Mahashankarshan. And then they are again in the situation of Nityabada. Inactive, spiritually conditioned. And when the material world again is manifested, then they may again come to this world, and then they may come again on the clutches of Maya. So that is continuously going on. And there are unlimited jivas who are conditioned since time immemorial. But there are even more jivas who are Nityasiddha, who are eternally liberated, and who are serving the Lord either in Vaikuntha or in Golok. So that has to be understood. So their conditioned state of those in this material existence, of existence, is known as samsara baddha dasha. The jivas who are liberated from Maya are chinmay, fully spiritual, and their very life is service to Krishna, Krishna dasya. They do not reside in this material world, but in one of the pure spiritual worlds such as Golok, Vaikuntha, or Vrindavan. There are innumerable jivas who are liberated from Maya. The jivas who are bound by Maya are also innumerable. But there are more jivas who are liberated than those who are conditioned. If you compare, in the material world, almost everyone is conditioned. But in the spiritual world, there are unlimited associates of the Lord. But even in the spiritual sky, there are spiritually conditioned jivas. They are known as Nityabada. And they are not active, but they are just waiting. They don't know that they are waiting, but they are waiting. And then, by the mercy of the Lord, they may be able to, in the future, serve Krishna. They will, but it's just the play of the Lord, the pastime of the Lord. Inconceivable. It's perfect and complete, and the spiritual world is complete and perfect. And the servants are there serving the associates. But then there are some associates who are conditioned. And also eternal servants of Krishna, but they are not active. They're like dormant. Due to their Krishna Vimukta, defect of alienation from Krishna, Krishna's shadow potency known as Chaya Shakti Maya, binds the jiva with her three-stranded ropes consisting of the three qualities of material nature, namely Sattvagun, goodness, Rajagun, passion, and Tamagun, ignorance. Conditioned souls appear in a variety of stages of existence according to the influence of the various gradations of these gunas. Just consider the varieties in the jiva's bodies, moods, appearance, nature, living conditions, and movements. So different jivas, they come in this world, and then according to the association of the modes of material nature, and of course Lord Brahma is there and is helping also in the process of creation. Is a secondary creator. And then different living entities, they have a different body, different consciousness. When the jiva enters material existence, he takes on a new type of egoism. In the pure state of existence, the jiva has the egoism of being a servant of Krishna. But in the conditioned state, many different types of egoism arise, making the living entity think, I'm a human being, I'm a devata, I'm an animal, I'm a king, I'm a brahmana, I'm an outcast, I'm diseased, I'm hungry, I am dishonored, I'm charitable, I'm a husband, I'm a wife, I'm a father, I'm a son, I'm an enemy, I'm a friend, I'm a scholar, I am handsome, I am wealthy, I'm poor, I'm happy, I'm sad, I'm strong, I'm weak. These attitudes are known as ahamta, which literally means the sense of I-ness or false egoism. Aham. And with this body or even with a certain kind of consciousness. Like as mentioned here, I'm charitable. One is charitable and then he thinks I'm charitable. That is okay, that is good. But the main thing is we should understand that we are the eternal servants of Krishna and that we are meant to serve Krishna. And then we can be charitable also. That is good. But for a good cause. Besides this ahamta, another function known as mamata, possessiveness or the sense of minus, enters the nature of the jiva. Aham mameti. That is also mentioned in the Bhagavata. Aham mameti. Aham mama iti, I and mine. I am the king, and this is my kingdom. This is my palace. This is my wife. These are my children. Of course, even as a devotee, so as practicing devotee, we have to we know that we the eternal servants of Krishna, but in this material existence, we have to also sometimes say that I'm a Brahmana or I'm from Switzerland. Although we know it is temporary, but still we have to also say, but we should be aware. As Mahaprabhu says, Naham viprona cha narabadir napi vaishyana shudro. I'm not a Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, or Grihastha, Vanaprasthi, Sannyasi, or Brahmachari. But I am simply the servant of the servant of the servant of Krishna. This is exemplified in attitudes such as, this is my house, these are my possessions, this is my wealth, this is my body, these are my children, this is my wife, this is my husband, this is my father, this is my mother, this is my caste, this is my race, this is my strength, this is my beauty, this is my quality, this is my learning, this is my renunciation, this is my knowledge, this is my wisdom, this is my work, this is my property. And these are my servants and dependents. The colossal affair that brings the conception of I and mine into plane is known as samsara. material existence. So I and my, that is there in the material world. And so basically all the conditioned souls, the human beings, they have this feeling, I and mine. Yes.
So all these concepts are strict and they're wrong. We are supposed to have it. I, mine, beautiful, this and that. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, that is material existence.
But it seems like it's leading us to avoid the Buddhism, conception. Because so how are we supposed to replace it? But for real, because it's like
right.
I'm not this body, I'm not this woman, and then with what I'm replacing it. Also, I need to have a relationship with
right.
people.
Right. Yes.
Oh.
Yes. So that is as a devotee. So the consciousness is I'm an eternal servant of Krishna, and I belong to Krishna. Of course, one is no more advanced than one may say Krishna is mine, like Radharani the gopis. But generally, in the beginning, everyone is as sadhakas, practicing devotee. We think, that is our consciousness. I belong to Krishna. I'm Krishna's servant. That is my existence. That is my being. I am the servant of Krishna. And then, then possessions may be there, but we understand this is Krishna's possession. Everything belongs to Krishna. My house, my wife, my children, we also have to say, and my wife, my house, but actually belongs to Krishna, that we also know. Bhuktaram yaktapasam sarvaruka maheshwaram. Or then also other conception may be there. So for the time being it is in my possession because I'm in this body now, but then I'm offering everything to Krishna, as Bhaktivinoda Thakur is saying. So whatever I have, my house, my wife, my wealth, my dear Lord, that I will offer to you. I'm offering to you whatever I have. So we are not denying the existence, no. Existence is there. But we have to understand the true existence. And so that is, I am the servant of Krishna. And so the true possessor, that is Krishna. We are only temporary. We are possessing something. And so, of course, in the spiritual world, there are also the identities there that I'm a gop, but I'm Krishna's friend. And even so, they have their place where they stay. Their house is there also. But but there, so Krishna is always in the center in the spiritual world. So they're always thinking about Krishna. And they are always ready to serve Krishna, to do everything for Krishna's pleasure. But the identity is there and it cannot be denied. But I am Krishna's friend, that is the true identity. And so the house may be there, the gopas, different gopas, they have their houses, the gopis. But then they want Krishna to come there and accept their offering. The house is there and they have cows and they get the milk and then they make butter, and the gopis, they want to offer that to Krishna also. So Krishna is the Kendra Bindu, is the center in their life. Although they have their own children, actually because they have love for Krishna, they have love for everything, for their own children also, but they have more love for Krishna than their own children. So Krishna is the Prananath, is the Lord of their life. And so that is their existence. I have to serve Krishna, I have to please Krishna. And that is completely natural, because Krishna is so beautiful, so enchanting, and they're naturally attracted to Krishna. Just like a magnet is there, and then the maybe iron nails are there, and automatically going to the magnet. So the eternal associates, they are automatically attracted to Krishna, and Krishna is the center of their life. That is their existence. Krishna. I want to please Krishna. I want to see Krishna. I want to remember Krishna. And then they are trying to do all the time. But if they cannot see Krishna, then they're hankering, when I can see Krishna again? When can I meet Krishna again? When can I do something for Krishna again? So like this, that is the real existence. So the real ego is that, so that I'm Krishna's servant. Or I belong to Krishna. I'm meant to serve Krishna. Then whatever is there, their house and their children, everything is there for Krishna's pleasure. And everyone there in the spiritual world is thinking like this. And so also same way the sadhakas, the practicing devotee in this world, so they understand we are Krishnadas, we are servants of Krishna. And then they want to serve Krishna naturally. And they will try to do everything for Krishna's pleasure. And so that is the proper consciousness. So there is no, so we understand that we are not this body, and ultimately nothing belongs to me. But then so I'm not this body, these are not my belongings. But then, so the real understanding is that I'm Krishna's servant and everything belongs to Krishna, and I'm using everything in Krishna's seva. So that is the positive. So yes, it is true, not only we are denying that material existence or that we are this body, but at the same time we are in this material existence, we are in a body, and we have to have some place to stay and some possessions, but the Sambandha Gyan is there, that I am Krishna's seva, Krishna's servant, and whatever is now in my possession, I should serve, I should engage in Krishna's seva. So that the sadhaka is not denying. So he has the correct understanding. To become free from the material aham mameti, ahamta and mamata. But then the proper understanding is that I'm the servant of Krishna, and I have to engage everything in Krishna seva. So the positive is there. Whereas the Mayavadis, they will say, we are not this body, nothing belongs to us. And but then they don't have the positive thinking, and then they think we are just a soul and we have to merge in the effulgence of the Brahma Jyoti, or merge in nothing. So, but that is not the proper understanding. Yadavdas, the conception of I, mine, are active in the conditioned state, but do they also exist in the liberated state? Anantadas, they do. But in the liberated state, they are spiritual and free from all defect. In the liberated state, in the spiritual world, the jiva becomes acquainted with his pure nature exactly as it was created by Bhagavan. In that spiritual abode, there are many different types of real egoism, each with its own characteristic sense of I. So there are also many types of chitras, transcendental exchanges of sentiments. So it is there, transcendental I. I am a gopa, I am a gopi. I'm a cow, I'm a monkey. You want to be a monkey? You were saying before, right?
Yeah.
Still? Now you changed. You want to be a cow now? Or a gopa? Or a gopi? Okay. Yeah. So that is the real I, real egoism. All the different chinmay upakaranas, spiritual paraphernalia which form the constitutional ingredients of ras, come under the heading of mind. Yadav Das, then what is the defect in the different conceptions of I and mind that exist in the conditioned state? Ananta Das, the defect is that in the pure state the conceptions of I and mind are real, whereas in material existence they are all imaginary or imposed upon the living entity. So in the spiritual world everything is eternal. The gopas, they're always a gop. Gopis are always gopis. So that is eternal. In the material world everything is temporary. So, and of course we cannot say it is false, but it is temporary. Like, we know we are not this body, but we are in this body. And that we cannot deny. It is not false. So, but it is temporary. Like, the Mayavadis, they say, Brahma Satya, Jagat Mithya. The absolute truth is the Supreme Brahman, and then the material world is Mithya, is false. But it is real also. It is real, but it is temporary.
That should be proper
So,
understanding.
yeah, so I mean the Mayavadis, everything is false in this world. It is real also, but it is temporary.
Still, it
It
exists
is,
temporarily.
it is, but it is not, it is a false understanding, false conception. But it is real also.
Yes.
I mean, you know, so the Mayavadis, they may say like this, but it is not right conception. But they're very convinced. Nothing is real, everything is false in this world. Nothing has an existence in this world. But it has existence, but it is temporary.
Yes.
So and everything is one. They say it's just nonsense actually. You should punch them in the face. And then he will say how it is real.
But then you say it is false the way it doesn't exist, or exactly it exists temporarily.
No, they just say it is false.
But maybe then it's just temporary. How can we know if we don't study their philosophy?
Oh well, that we may have to speak to them, because many of them, they have different understandings.
I mean, I'm
Yeah.
curious.
Yeah, you're curious. I'm not curious, no. But still, if a Mayavad is there, and usually we avoid them also because there's practically no use of talking to them. They will hardly accept. Therefore also, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Mayavadi Bhashya Sunile Sarva Nashahai. So if you hear the Mayavad philosophy, you may be bewildered by that.
How come?
Because it sounds good for
Yeah, it sounds real. Yeah,
it sounds real.
Interesting.
Interesting. Word juggling. But it does make sense, yeah.
No, it doesn't. You said philosophy is so bad, we're not supposed to like follow it and it's all
Yeah.
false. How come we can get bewildered?
While one who is not strong, actually. One who has a weak faith. Those who have weak faith.
Also, many people go to Mayavadis.
Yeah, of course. But usually if one is a devotee, usually he will not go. Usually. Hardly. But exceptions are there.
But they believe also.
Yeah. I mean, some are like Govard Mayavadis actually.
Govardhan,
Govardhan Mat. The Shankaracharya's there. Yeah. It's a nice name, Govardhan Mat. But the all Mayavad is there. And many people go there. In Puri. Even they are there for Rath Yatra, and even the Shankaracharya, the present Shankaracharya, is complaining about ISKCON. Why are you doing the Rath Yatra not on the same day as in Puri? That's, yes, but they don't believe in God, in Jagannath.
Still they're very respectful.
They have some
Very
respect, yeah. Yeah.
Respect.
They're respected. And to some extent they're also kind of having some respect for other human beings, but they just have a misconception.
Even the attire.
Yeah, they are renounced
Like,
also,
yes.
and they're following rules and regulations.
So that means their philosophy is real religion.
Yes,
Because otherwise, these people can understand easily that it's not true what they're talking about. But
Yeah,
just
somehow.
word generally that
Yeah.
make it so nice.
yeah. Shankaracharya was very expert, so that many followed him, and even up to this day. So, and you can see, yes, in this world, still in India also, there are many Mayavadis are there. And they say everything is one. Brahma, Vishnu, even sometimes they say, also Brahma, Vishnu, and Krishna, they are one. They're all one. So, so in the pure state, the conception of I and mine are real, whereas in material existence, they are all imaginary or imposed upon the living entity. That means that these conceptions are not actually aspects of the jiva, but are all false identities and relationships. Consequently, all varieties of material identification in mundane existence are impermanent and unreal, and only cause momentary happiness and distress. So in the material world there is happiness and distress, but there is material happiness and distress. It is coming from the modes of material nature. If one is in the mode of goodness, then there may be more happiness. If one is in mode of ignorance, then there is more distress. If one is in passion, then there is some happiness and some distress. But then in the spiritual realm, there is also happiness and distress, but it is spiritual happiness and distress. Happiness being together with Krishna, and distress when one is separated from Krishna, when one cannot see Krishna. So that is transcendental, and that is real happiness and real distress. And even the distress actually is, there's some kind of happiness is there, because the underlying principle is happiness, Satchidananda Vigraha. By nature the living entity is eternal, knowledgeable and blissful. Everything in the spiritual world is Satchidananda Vigraha. Even the land, the trees, the water is Satchidananda Vigraha. But then, so different emotions are there. And there are emotions in this world because they are there in the spiritual world. But there again, Krishna is in the center. So Krishna is in the center. When they see Krishna, they feel happiness. When they don't see Krishna, they feel sadness or distress. So the emotions are there in the spiritual world. And there is transcendental anger, transcendental bewilderment. So everything is there in the spiritual world. The origin of everything is in the spiritual world. And the material world is just a perverted reflection from the spiritual world. So Yadavadas, is this deceptive material existence false? Ananta, no. This deceptive world is not false, it is a reality by Krishna's will. But it is temporary. It is the Jiva's conception of I and mine when he enters the material world that is false. Those who believe that this world is false are Mayavadis, advocates of the theory of illusion. Such people are offenders. So Mayavadis are called offenders because they say the absolute truth has no form. So, but the absolute truth is Krishna. Krishna is a form. But his form is not material, but it is spiritual. So therefore they are called as offenders. Yadavdas, why have we fallen into this illusory relationship? Anantadas, Bhagavan is the complete spiritual entity, Purna Chid Vastu. And the jivas are particles of spirit, Chitkan. Also, so Brihat Chid Vastu and Anuchid Vastu. The jiva's first location is on the boundary line between the material and spiritual worlds. The jivas who do not forget their relationship with Krishna, empowered with Chit Shakti, and are drawn from that position into the spiritual realm, where they become his eternal associates and begin to relish the bliss of his service. So that is actually when the material world is manifest, then not all the jivas, but some jivas, where the material world is manifested, so they are prone to fall to this world. But then, because by nature the jivas eternal servants of Krishna, so if some jivas in that situation, it is mentioned they look towards Krishna, towards the spiritual world. And somehow, by the Lord's arrangement, they understand that we are the servants of Krishna. And then by Chit Shakti, they are drawn to the spiritual world, and then they can serve Krishna. But it is also then mentioned as the majority, those jivas who turn away from Krishna desire to enjoy Maya. So actually so the majority, they're so to say looking to this material world, they are drawn to this material world, and then immediately then they are covered by the modes of material nature, and then they try to enjoy in this material world. So those jivas who turn away from Krishna desire to enjoy Maya, and Maya attracts them towards her by her potency. So that is, Krishna is fully independent, and the jivas have a small independence. And even practically here we can see every moment we have the choice. We can look towards Krishna, look towards Maya, or just internally also. So Krishna is there, or then Maya is there also. It's not only outside, but Maya is inside also. And so we can then choose either to think of Krishna or to think of things of this world. So sometimes, of course, especially in the beginning of our movement, now devotees are somehow a little more understanding than they were saying. The form of a woman is Maya. But actually the thing is, the Maya is there in the consciousness of the jiva. Instead of looking towards Krishna and seeing Krishna, and then they see Maya. That is the fold of the Jiva. Because we can see that Krishna is everywhere. So pure devotee is seeing, oh, Krishna is there. Krishna is in everyone's heart. Premanjana churita bhakti vilochanena santa sareva hiriyesha vilokiyanti. So the pure devotee can see Krishna everywhere. So, but the one who is in Maya is seeing Maya everywhere. So therefore we have to look towards Krishna, we have to try to see Krishna. Look towards Krishna, not towards Maya. If we look towards Maya and we forget Krishna, then the enjoying potency is there.
So the answer which was given by this answer
Anantadas.
Anantadas
Yeah.
was like this Jiva, he just wanted to enjoy. I mean, wanted to move away from Krishna and want to enjoy, and then he fall into
No.
what
Actually, the thing is that so when the material world is manifested, so then some jivas who are there, where the material world is being manifested, is like the cloud in the sky. The sky is there, and so there is also many birds in the sky, right? They are flying. But if a cloud is there, so then some birds are there in the cloud. But not all the birds are in the cloud. Only where the cloud is there, then the birds are in the cloud. So similarly, the spiritual world is there, and there are unlimited jivas there. But when the material world is manifested, so it is like cloud-like. And then the jivas who are there, so then they are actually drawn to this material world mostly.
So here we are talking about the conditioned soul.
The
right?
conditioned soul, yes.
So they were not in the service at that time.
No.
When they just fall into this.
No, they were
material
never
world.
serving
They
Krishna.
were just in the sky.
They were, yes, as per the jiva condition, they are eternal servants of Krishna.
But the one who is completely absorbed in serving Krishna, then they cannot.
No, they will never
they,
fall.
They will never fall.
No.
They will never see. They will never face towards Maya.
No. When they're in this world, they can see Maya also, but then they are protected by Krishna. They can see Maya. Even they can feel Maya, maybe you can say, but they will not fall into Maya. They will be protected by Krishna.
And then again, the same question, then how come those souls who were in the spiritual sky in the hallowed days to serve Krishna and they were not protected by Krishna? How come? You know, I mean, we are not
Because they are not, because they are not serving Krishna.
How come?
How come? By Krishna's arrangement, eternally.
Why is it arranged like this? I'm talking to you, that's what we're-
That is Krishna's arrangement. Why?
Where is his love?
Why? Because Krishna is unlimited, and he likes unlimited variety. And how is it called also? Well, so basically, I mean, we cannot. Of course, you can question Krishna.
When we meet him
But,
personally, face to face, right?
Yeah. What is it? What is the word for that also?
Those conditioned souls who are coming and falling into Maya, maybe they're just also not willing to look at Krishna. This is also their condition.
But that
That's
really,
why they have
but man, that really.
But-
because we have
Krishna.
minded independence.
No, minded independence is there, but that is only possible when the material world is manifested. Otherwise, it's not possible because there's no Maya in the spiritual world.
What we see in the scripture, the material world is always there.
What?
The material world is always there. I mean,
No.
It will, I mean, like it
The
will.
material
just,
world is not always there.
It will, like, disaster will be there, and then
Some,
it will manifest.
no, it will manifest, and sometimes it's manifest, and sometimes not. When it's not manifest, it is known as pradhan. Pradhan. That is matter which is not manifest. Unmanifested matter is known as pradhan. And then by Krishna's will becomes manifest, then it becomes mahatattva, prakriti. And then the living entities they may fall
The
inside there.
question comes, Gurudev, like we all live on Krishna's part and parcel.
Yes.
So why he has to create this condition so
Yeah.
One side,
like because we hear Gurudev, no, we hear हमारा तो उत्पत्ति
We are
नहीं
suffering
हुआ है।
here.
And you, in the end, this is what he is saying.
But why
Now,
he
but
is giving
now
us
the
that?
thing is actually that, well, all rights reserved.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is that whatever Krishna does is perfect and complete. So even he made the material existence and he made the jivas who are conditioned since time immemorial, but it is perfect and complete. But
Philosophy is very clear.
yeah,
But what we hear in the class of many
Uh-huh.
times, that Krishna wants this jiva to come back to him and to serve him, and then he's pleased and he's happy.
yes,
So then why he's creating this condition so that they can go through all this
That
very
seems like,
process and come
hey,
back.
listen, seems like you want Krishna to do all the work. You don't need to do anything.
Right? Of course we want that. Of course we
So
want
no,
that.
Why some of them are with him and us we supposed to like suffer? Even our eternal nature is to serve him. And then, okay, we're coming out, there is material world and Krishna. Why would they choose material world? It doesn't make any sense. Krishna is the most beautiful one. I mean, they all
Yeah.
come into the same question.
that is inconceivable.
Okay.
Yeah, it is inconceivable. Because you could think also, Krishna is the Supreme Lord and the spiritual world is there, everything is perfect and complete. What was the need to have a material world that is there? What is the need to have the material world?
Peacefully serving.
Yeah, always. Yeah, always. So why he made this material world? But somehow he made it. Why? Well,
Prabhupada says you want to lord it over. So you cannot lord it over Krishna. So he made him say, just go and enjoy there. Become the master there.
yeah. But anyhow, so somehow Krishna, he created two beings, those eternally perfect and those who are conditioned. So that is there, what to do.
He doesn't do the partiality, right? Krishna never do the partiality.
He's impartial, yeah.
Impartial.
Yeah.
Then why can't he?
Prabhu, like for example, in this material world also lives.
Yeah.
He wants the preaching to so many people. So
Yeah.
similarly, when they're falling down, not everybody is looking at Krishna. So
No.
looking there.
No, mostly they are just looking to the material world.
Yeah, so same like, how many people want to become devoted?
Yeah.
So many people.
So therefore the little choice is there, because Krishna so is completely dependent and the jiva is a little independence. Either to serve Krishna or not to serve. But the interesting thing is that in Nitya Siddha, they are always serving Krishna. Although they are jivas also, but there's not a chance for them to choose between Krishna or Maya. Because they're always serving Krishna, they will never serve Maya. Because it is so nice to serve Krishna. But then somehow the other kind of jivas, they have the opportunity to serve Krishna or not to serve. And then the situation is explained here. So when the material world is manifested, then the jivas, they come to this world, and only a few, they look towards Krishna, and then by Chit Shakti they are promoted there, and then they can serve. That is just, I guess it's good luck. Somehow.
What to do now we
Yeah.
are in this situation.
But still, I feel that we are still fortunate.
Of course, because we are still eternal servant of Krishna.
Understand that and devote
Yeah.
themselves. Otherwise, there's so many people don't understand.
Yeah.
Even if you explain to them.
As compared to them, as compared to those
Yeah.
who are like
Yeah.
fallen than us. But as compared to Nitya Siddha, then we also feel like why we are not in that Nitya Siddha category. Why we
Yeah.
came into this
We
condition.
can try to devote them.
But once we are there, then we are almost practically the same
That is
category.
not-
It's not easy. Yeah.
Like to be there.
No.
It's not possible.
Almost.
Anyhow, so that's the situation. From that moment, our material state of existence comes into being and our true spiritual identity disappears. We therefore think, I am the enjoyer of Maya. This false egoism covers us with many varieties of false identities. Yadav Das, why is it that our true identity does not become manifest despite significant endeavor? Ananta Das, there are two types of endeavor, appropriate and inappropriate. Appropriate endeavors will certainly dissipate false egoism, but how can inappropriate endeavor do so? Yadav Das, what are inappropriate endeavors? Ananta Das, some people think that the hearts will be purified if they follow karma kanda, and that they will be liberated from Maya when they practice Brahma Gyan. This type of endeavor is inappropriate. Others think that by practicing Ashtanga Yoga, they will enter trance of Samadhi Yoga and attain perfection. This is another inappropriate endeavor. There are many other types as well. Anyway, it is almost 8 o'clock, so we stop here. No question. Chant Hare Krishna and be happy.
Yeah.
And serve Krishna.
We have no choice.
No.
We missed that wonderful choice.
Yeah.
So look that fine.
ये बुद्धि उनको देना चाहिए था ना उस समय.
Krishna maybe gave you, but you didn't listen to Krishna. You said that I just want to look down.
I want to come down and serve Guru.
Okay, here it's over.